With more than 35 years of experience and a reputation for excellence in the community, Larsen's Pool & Spa is the Tampa area's premier custom swimming pool builder. In fact, Larsen's is the only pool builder in the region to earn Angie's List's Super Service Award based on their commitment to outstanding customer service, top quality building materials, and beautiful design that lasts.
We're going to treat you the way that we would want to be treated in the reverse situation. So I think that's why our reputation has really just grown exponentially, and we love what we do here. We've got a really good group of people.
My name is Claybora Selman. I moved to this location here in Lutz about a year ago. And so when I found this location and got moved in, I started right away, probably 6 months after I moved in, looking for a pool builder. And there was a guy that was doing some work out here on paving, and he mentioned Larsen's being a really good pool company. He said they're not cheap, but they're a great pool company. I just got a really good feeling about Eric, and I decided that it was worth the wait. I wasn't in a hurry. I wanted it to be done right, and I wanted to have the company that I felt really good about. I looked at the ratings that I found online, and of course they were amazing ratings, and the comments that people had written about the company, and that made a big difference as well. So it was very much worth the wait. 3D renders, lots of drawings, lots of changes. They would send me a rendition of the pool, and then I would say, I don't think I like that over here, I think I want it more this way. And the next day or overnight, I'd have that. And that was so helpful because I knew what I wanted, but I'm a visual person, so I needed to see it in order to be agreeable and feel like it was what I wanted to have. One thing that I was very certain about, and I was very upfront with everybody, is that I'd seen some of the construction sites of the pools going in around me. I didn't want to have my front yard destroyed, and Daniel was very clear about the space that they were going to use and that work with every day. The guys kept everything very, very clean and picked up. There was no mess at all, and I was just so grateful for that. Reed really helped me to rethink a couple things. As we talked more and more, he really got an idea of what I really wanted. And then he said, how about we do this? Let's move the back of the pool out a little bit. And I told him that I wanted a waterfall and that I wanted it to be a draping waterfall. And he managed to get that for me. I'm really grateful for that. It just turned out to be exactly what I wanted.
We're going to do everything though. Let's strip the yard, lay the pool out, put the steel in, get the inspection, shoot the shotcrete. Then we have to come back and strip all the forms off. Then we do our deck grade, so all the grading gets done. Then our plumber comes in. Then we have to have the coping and the tile put on. Then we have to have our footers formed, inspected, and poured. Then our deck guys come in. All of this is being done by the people that we've worked with for many, many years. big thing for me is educate people on what could they do, what's possible. I decided to use the best materials that I could get my hands on. We use what we use because we want our clients to be happy 20 years from now, not just the day that we're filling the pool up with water.
Well, we knew when we built our house that we wanted to put in a pool. So we did a lot of research, looked online at reviews and things like that. We really wanted this to be our staycation. That was part of our goal. I mean, it was during COVID and even post-COVID, we just wanted this to be a place where we could go and relax, and happy to show it off to our friends and family. Over and over again, there was one name that kept coming up in all of our research, and it was Larsen's Pool and Spa. We saw they've been in business for 30 plus years, so that meant a great deal to us. We saw a lot of the quality in their pools, the options we could choose. I really like the fact that they use state-of-the-art equipment. It just gave me a lot of confidence to build with them at a time when things were a little bit iffy with some of the other pool contractors.
And you know, you get what you pay for, and learned that a long time ago, and we wanted a first-class pool builder, and we weren't going to go with these fly-by-nights. We would pay the extra buck because we knew it'd be good work, and we'd have a product we'd be proud of.
The job site was always kept like super clean. We were excited because it was, it was really starting to happen.
You could tell we're professionals. I mean, even digging, you could see these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They really know what they're doing. That's important. These people were artists. They were craftsmen. And they were so proud. They took pictures of their own work.
They did.
And I mean, it was good work.
Yeah.
I mean, we were really impressed.
We can't say enough about how great the communication was, because if we had any questions at all, we were concerned about the weather, we concerned about, the shade of Pebble Tech that we chose, or whatever the finish was going to be, we always were able to get an answer that very same day. Watching it come to life, watching the vision that we had come to life, every day when they'd come here and they'd do another thing in the pool step, we'd go back and we'd look at the video that Larsen's had created for us to show us what the virtual pool would be like. We're like, yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Another thing that impressed me about Larsen's, and I didn't know it, was that they give a discount to veterans. And when I mentioned I was in a combat arm back in the Vietnam era, they said, oh, you do get a discount. And to veterans who went through that, it means a lot.
One of our goals in building this pool was to be able to come home, get away from the madness, get away from the traffic, get away from the stress, and just come out here and soak in the hot tub, or even just listen to the water pouring out of the waterfall. The fact that you have it at your house and you can just walk out the door, or just going for a swim, it just...
100% family atmosphere, 100%. I mean, I feel like I'm part of Eric's family. I met him as his favorite server at his favorite restaurant 12, 13 years ago before I started working here. And ever since day one, I mean, I swear, he treats everybody like family. I mean, we love working for Eric.
To the customer, I think that we bring that forth in our work and how well we do our work and how we treat those clients as well.
I can tell you one of the reasons why they beat expectations, and I talked to all the subcontractors they used along the way who did work for multiple pool companies, is they always put Larsen first on their schedule. And the reason is they said because they trust Larsen also, and Larsen treats them well.
We want to make sure that whatever we're going to build, it looks good now, and it's going to last and function, and we'll bring up the cons just as much as we bring up the pros. This way, everybody goes into it, you're making the right decision for your family.
Every step of the way, they exceeded expectations with the timing, which is something I give lots of credit to Reed, the construction manager, with. He set expectations for us in a way where it could be beat, not in a way saying, hey, we're gonna be done next week and it's gonna be 3 months later, or hey, I disappeared on you, which is happening with a lot of other companies.
I think one of the biggest reasons what makes me happiest to work here is that I know we can hold our head high. We know we did a good job. We know that if there's an issue, because sometimes in construction there are issues, that we're gonna come back and make it right. And that's probably makes me happiest working here.